You know, these Chinese people, they got their own culture, and they come over here and set these neighborhoods up with gang members, and I'm just not going to have that kind of thing. They form these gangs and cause people trouble all the time, and I got to get rid of that.
What I'm saying is possibly Jack walked the streets in that area, and he tried to intimidate the gang into taking their money. And when it was money involved, well, they could have teamed up on him, possibly killed him, and possibly put him in the river. Well, Chuck, I don't think that any of these missing people would have been intentionally murdered in this amusement park. Now, it could have been a real short scuffle with nobody knowing what's going on. The body could have been sneaked out if they could have got by with it. I'm not saying they could, and taken someplace else. What I'm saying is, if there was anyone killed here, I'm saying it wasn't planned.
But when her husband intervened, he killed him.
Yeah, and it took 3 of us to bring him down.
Well, gentlemen, it's nice of y'all to set in for another session of psychology. We've got different topics, and our topic of today is how to work with the law-abiding citizen. It gets back where they want to feel important. When you come up and bully them around unnecessary. You hurt their ego. So they respond. This could lead to foul play. Provoke them into provoking you. And even if you're able to get by with it, you've got to realize that you are officers there to protect them. And even if you're able to get by with it, you've got to realize that you are officers there to protect them. Therefore, their protection. You want to be the type of officers that they want to see you. They're looking forward to you coming to work with them on their problem. What I'm saying is, the more important that you make the citizens feel, the more confidence they're going to have in you. And your job is going to be a whole lot easier and more rewarding.
They ought to put a ban on the AK-47 assault rifle.
Well, I agree, but from the reports I get, Most of the people are killed with a small handgun at close range. The .22 pistol is the leader.
I favor the single action army. Man, it takes his time, aims, fires. If he can shoot, chances are he'll kill you.
Why do you say that?
Well, you think about it. Most holdups, most armed robberies, handguns used. And most of the time, they're not standing any further than you and I. Not all of them that good a shot.
I just don't care to carry a gun. I want to bring him in alive. No, officer, what it is, every state spends thousands of dollars in tax money to rehabilitate the common criminal, to help educate them into being common citizens. Now, why not put this good money to use?
What do you think about that, Detective?
The assault rifle is something we don't need on the streets, but it still has a long way to go to catch up with the knives, the switchblades, the hatchets, the handguns. It's the man more than the weapon.
I walked down by the river where the boaters found the body a day before. If this turns out to be the body of JESS Lanning, my case is through. Even if it's foul play, this will be turned over to homicide.
He's an escaped mental patient from the state of New York. He's been tried and convicted for 2 murders. And who knows, he may have been involved in a dozen of them.
Doctor, what you're telling me is that the bone structure in the teeth matches the identity of Lamar Craven, not Jake Lanning. Thank you very much, Doctor.
I would suggest that we post more security at the railway stations.
Well, why do you feel that it's a railroad killer like the one in Texas?
It's because he can come in town, do his thing without being seen, make a clean getaway, and be gone, and there's no suspicion, nobody sees anything, and he can be far away by the next day, and then come back the day after. And it could be a hobo, a bum, a paying customer, I think we ought to check all out-of-towners more closely. All out-of-towners.
Yeah, Chuck, I heard about that. But he killed a man a year later in the bank robbery. They made the charges stick. They put him away.
Sloan, I feel you're creating problems. You're giving law enforcement a bad reputation by suggesting that someone in law enforcement is behind or involved in these missing people.
Well, I feel that it needs to be investigated because we've got no leads.
We got no leads because it's all in your mind.
You know, if there is foul play, if it's someone within law enforcement, they would be on top of the game.
That we don't need.
I'm not accusing the sheriff's office of any foul play. I just feel they should be ruled out. We know that Lamar Craven and JESS Lanning were physical people involved. Possibly they fought each other. Yet they could have rebelled against the law. And that's what we need to find out. Well, it was rather enjoyable nights.
Yeah?